Xin chào, bạn đang xem ViewFin.ED, một sáng kiến giáo dục công nghệ lấy cộng đồng làm trọng tâm tại Việt Nam. Và sứ mệnh của ViewFin.ED là nâng cao tiêu chuẩn chuyên môn thông qua việc giáo dục cộng đồng. Chúng tôi làm điều này bằng cách lấy nội dung đủ điều kiện từ các chuyên gia công nghệ, nhóm và tổ chức giáo dục khác nhau, sau đó xem xét, đánh giá và giúp chúng trở nên dễ hiểu hơn đối với tất cả mọi người. Để Việt Nam có thể cạnh tranh với toàn cầu, chúng ta cần phải nâng cao tiêu chuẩn học tập. ViewFin.ED sẽ giúp cho việc học các công nghệ mới trở nên dễ dàng hơn và luôn sẵn sàng cho sinh viên, chuyên gia hay là bất cứ ai muốn học. Tôi là Nghi Phạm, Social Media Manager và sẽ là người cùng các bạn tìm hiểu những câu chuyện hay là những nhân vật thú vị trong lĩnh vực blockchain. Mở đầu cho số phỏng vấn hôm nay, hãy cùng gặp gỡ Remy, đồng sáng lập Crypto Community Việt Nam, một trong những cộng đồng blockchain nói tiếng Anh lớn nhất tại Việt Nam. Anh đã xây dựng các cộng đồng blockchain và làm việc với nhiều dự án cho thị trường Việt Nam và Đông Nam Á. Hãy cùng gặp gỡ và thảo luận về chủ đề doanh nhân và phát triển sự nghiệp. Welcome to the ViewFin.ED interview. If you don't know, ViewFin.ED has published a lot of interviews on our podcast channel, but this is a first time appearing on YouTube. Today we are going to have a talk about entrepreneur and career development with a French gentleman. Let's meet Remy, Metaverse DNA SEA business developer. So welcome, Remy.
Hello, Nhi. Hi, everyone.
Yes. Let's introduce yourselves.
Okay. First, let me introduce myself. So I'm Remy. I'm also a blockchain enthusiast since 2015. My journey started when I discovered Bitcoin technology while reading the news. I was curious about Bitcoin and how it works. Since my 20s, I have been like a travel addict. I still love traveling, and Bitcoin was a perfect tool to save money on remittance transfer when I was traveling. Before, I was using PayPal and Western Union to send and receive money from my French account. Due to the high cost of transaction, I found this new technology a better way and save the cost on transferring money from my French account to the country that I visit. As you may know, as a traveler, you enter to a new country, and they're always scared to lose your wallet, to get your wallet stolen. And it happened to me many times. So I always keep on my wallet few $100, and Bitcoin is easy now to exchange your fiat with the fiat money. So it's why I started to use a Bitcoin as a way to transfer money from overseas to the country I visit.
Vâng, thì như đã giới thiệu thì anh Remy, ngoài việc là đồng sáng lập Crypto Community Việt Nam, một trong những cộng đồng blockchain nói tiếng Anh lớn nhất tại Việt Nam, thì anh còn là một cựu bán hàng và tiếp thị P2P cho ngành du lịch. Với niềm đam mê blockchain, anh đã xây dựng các cộng đồng blockchain và làm việc với nhiều dự án cho thị trường Việt Nam và Đông Nam Á. So I understand that you are French Vietnamese and you started your career in hospitality and tourism at a travel agency. What an awesome transition. Can you tell us your experience growing up in France and how did you end up in Vietnam? And importantly, how did you transition your career from hospitality to blockchain?
I grew up in France for 20 years, and I studied also university in France, and I was following international business. So international business is mean that you plan to work overseas or you plan to travel for businesses. And I was graduate from France, and I also study in US for a year as an exchange student. So I really to discover new culture, new country, to talk with people who have different way to think about about one topic. And since that time, I really like to travel, and I was studying international business. I was planning to try to study in Asia, in Hong Kong. So before I go to Hong Kong, I having after you graduate, you want to travel for few months before getting to the different university. So I was just traveling after I graduate. I was traveling different countries in Southeast Asia, included Vietnam, and was my last country that I visit was Vietnam. So I really like Vietnam, and I just decide somehow to like stay longer. I stay like for 3 months and then 6 months, and then now it's been here for like 5 years.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, so after that, in Vietnam, I really like traveling, and I apply for like a position in the travel industry, and this travel agent hired me to be the marketing head, because my background was international business and marketing. So I was taking care of like the marketing of the company. And then at the same time, my passion was blockchain and cryptocurrency. So I was like doing this at the side, side work. I grow my own community. At the same time, I'm working in the travel industry. And then I see that a lot of people getting very addicted or interested about blockchain, and they ask me a lot of questions. So I decided to build my own community in Vietnam, and from that I got connected with like different projects, different people, different speakers, and they asked me to like grow on the community. Is how I get involved in the blockchain.
Vâng, và anh Remy đã đi rất nhiều nơi và chọn Việt Nam làm điểm đáp. Với niềm đam mê khám phá đó đây, anh đã làm việc marketing cho một công ty về du lịch. Cũng trong khoảng thời gian đó, anh đã tìm ra đam mê với blockchain và crypto và đã xây dựng cộng đồng tại Việt Nam để có thể giải đáp những thắc mắc và hỗ trợ nhau, kết nối những dự án. So, are you one of the first on the team to have grown the DNA community in Vietnam?
Yeah, actually, I go like different community for different project in Vietnam, because like most of the project they are from overseas, so they are always looking for like ambassador or a local that they know the market or they know the network to connect with like the Vietnamese community. So they always like approach me or asking me for like help, and it's how I start to grow like Vietnamese community for like different projects.
Can you share with us your experience working for DNA so far, and what type of experience you are bringing to this team to help DNA achieve its goal?
For like DNA, I'm working for DNA 7 months ago. It's like still like a very new position for me. For like DNA, they are an international team. They want to expand to Asia. So Alan, the business director of Southeast Asia, asked me to help him for Vietnam, and then we started to grow the community in Vietnam from like 7 months ago. And then Vietnam was a very good market for different projects and for cryptocurrency and blockchain. So a lot of projects, they want to come to Vietnam, and one of the project it was DNA, and it's why I get involved with DNA and starting to grow the community in Vietnam.
Vâng, thật tuyệt vời các bạn. Anh Remy chính là một trong những người đầu tiên phát triển cộng đồng DNA ở Việt Nam. Và nếu như các bạn chưa biết thì DNA là một chain được tạo ra trên ETB, được cung cấp bởi token DNA. Nó sẽ chạy song song với Metaverse blockchain và sẽ hoạt động trên một thuật toán đồng thuận khác, đó là DBOS. Và DNA chain được thiết kế để kết hợp các oracle để tạo điều kiện cho khả năng tương tác giữa các blockchain khác nhau. Dual Cross Chain sẽ là cầu nối giữa BTC và ERC20. Và DNA sẽ tăng giao dịch mỗi giây để cạnh tranh với các blockchain nhanh nhất hiện tại, trong khi cung cấp một loạt các tính năng không có thể tìm thấy ở một nơi nào khác. One of your key accomplishments working with us was the implementation of the ambassador program, which is basically our internship program. Tell us about the ambassador program and why is it important for the community?
Well, ambassador program, for me, I start like as ambassador. I didn't get involved directly in the blockchain project as like, full-time position. I was doing this as a side, like a side task, because I was passionate about blockchain and I want to help people to understand about blockchain. I want to help a project to come to Vietnam. So most of the project before, they have kind of like ambassador program that people who doesn't have a lot of experience in the blockchain to get involved with like crypto space and get connected with like people who have like a lot of experience in the blockchain. So the ambassador program is one of the steps to work in the blockchain, and it was for me one of my steps to get involved in the blockchain. I was doing kind of like volunteering on the blockchain in the ambassador program, and I learned from that we can also implement this program for Vietnamese. Vietnamese ecosystem, they have a lot of like young people, they want to work in a blockchain, but they don't know where to start. So we implement this ambassador program for them to have opportunity to work in the blockchain, and at the same time to learn about the blockchain, about project, about cryptocurrency, and also starting to have a good network if they want to, you know, to doing like kind of like events, or they want to like get connect with like different people in the space.
Và một trong những thành tựu lớn nhất của anh khi làm việc đó chính là thực hiện chương trình Ambassador. Về cơ bản đó là chương trình thực tập, nó có thể giúp các bạn giải quyết các vấn đề thường gặp khi mà vừa tham gia và phát triển trong lĩnh vực blockchain.
Okay, so now you are BDM of DNA and a part of ViewFin.ED, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you think about DNA and ViewFin.ED?
ViewFin.ED is one is initiative that I really like it because we're offering like educational content for Vietnamese that they want to learn about blockchain, because we don't have much, you know, a platform to learn. If you want now nowadays, if you want to learn about blockchain, you have to go to find your material. You have to go to learn by yourself via internet,
exactly,
or networking. So ViewFin.ED is kind of like a platform that we combine all like educational contents that us, we have all the experience, we have like knowledge about blockchain, so we know where to get the contents and what to teach them and how to teach them. So it's why like ViewFin.ED is like very good for like people who want to learn. And DNA is like a new project. We just like, you know, because DNA was like, we recently started only like 1 year ago, and it's still like very new and not a lot of people know about DNA. We're trying to like educate them first about blockchain, because if you want to understand DNA, you need to understand what is blockchain, what is cryptocurrency, and then after you can learn like more technical, like what is like cross-chain in DNA, what is scalability in DNA. So this is like a more technical, so you have to learn like the basic first. And DNA is very good project that like offering you know, alternative solution of Ethereum and other blockchains. So it's why I really like to work for like DNA.
Yeah. So what do you think about why is education important for community building?
Education is very important, because if you don't understand the project, or if you don't understand the space, you will not, you know, get involved with, because you don't get involved with something that you don't understand. It's like, you know, if you don't understand math, you cannot use it, or you don't like it. But if you understand very well math, maybe it's like easier to understand and easier to like it. It's the same for like, you know, for everything. Like the first thing is education, to understand very well what is it, and if after have an idea if you like or not. And I think like education for like community building is like very important. And in Vietnam, we are lack of educational contents and educational platform, and it's something that we really want to, you know, to improve in the future, because Vietnamese, they love learning. They spend a lot of time at school learning, and they also spend a lot of time on their own time to learn outside the school. And what is like different with like, you know, me when I was in Europe, learning online was still new at my time. We still just like starting to have online class in the university, but like most of the class was in you know, in a room or in a classroom, and we don't have any platform to learn about like subject that we really like. because in the class you learn what the school offer to you to learn, and some like subject they don't have. For example, I really want to learn about technology and how to like develop smart contract, but no university can offer that platform, that I mean this class. So you have to go to like online learning, and it's why like it's very important, like education, I think.
Vâng, tất cả chúng ta đều biết giáo dục rất quan trọng trong việc xây dựng cộng đồng và người Việt Nam rất ham học hỏi. Vì vậy mà ViewFin.ED đã xây dựng kênh giáo dục để có thể truyền đạt kiến thức về blockchain và crypto cho tất cả mọi người.
During the COVID lockdown, as you may be aware, Vietnam did a fine job managing the crisis. During downtown, we did that everyone was doing. We spent a lot of time to establishing our online presence by hosting a lot of AMAs and hosted quickly online educational workshop. Now, I think everything are back to normal. What do you have plans to DNA SEA for the remaining of the year?
Well, from like COVID, we learned that quiz and online activity is important for like Vietnamese, and not only for like Vietnamese, but to grow the branding of the project. For like the rest of the years, I think we keep doing online activities, because for now, you know, the border is still closed. We cannot travel, and Vietnam is still like locked down for like, I think like 14 days. If you come to Vietnam, you have to be in quarantine, and you cannot travel overseas right now. So I think like from now until the end of years, we still keeping online activity. And after all, when everything is getting better, I want to get back to like, you know, formal events, and also coffee talk events, because like we have like two type of events that I think that is we need to organize. One is like coffee talk, that is like more for like blockchain enthusiasts, that they want to come and share about the idea, the opinion about one project, about everything that they want to learn. And then the formal events is more like workshop, that is for like technical people, or for like people who want to have a better knowledge about blockchain, and also about like project. We invite some project to join during the events, and doing like a speech, what they are doing, what problem they are trying to solve. So those are like two events that I used to organize before COVID, and that I want to organize again after COVID, because those events is also a good way to engage with the community. Because the most important, if you want a user, you need to build a community, and to build a community, you need to engage with them. You need to meet them with them. You just don't need to like, we can do it online, but online is start like, you know, a lot of people, they getting bored very fast, that because the engagement is not, wow, it's not good that much. But if we're doing like more offline events, I think it's like gonna be better after for the engagement. Yeah.
Vâng, theo như anh Remy thì trong mùa dịch anh đã cố gắng tổ chức nhiều hoạt động online. Tuy nhiên gặp mặt vẫn là một hình thức trao đổi kinh nghiệm, kiến thức thú vị. Anh sẽ cố gắng tổ chức nhiều chương trình hơn nữa để mọi người có thể cùng nhau tham gia và học hỏi.
I would say that you did a fine job with your career and personal achievements. Understand you both yourself a home in Hanoi, and you are always traveling. You have been all over Asia. Please share with us. Yeah, 3 tips or more for those who want to start a career in blockchain, so they can achieve financial independence and have a lifestyle like yours.
Well, you know, even before I was working in a blockchain, I love traveling, and I always like saving money for doing like a short trip, or saving more to going longer trip. But when I get into blockchain, a lot of people, they start to get to like making money, and myself also, I make money. So it was like, you know, a very good time starting 2017, 2018, even like 2019, even like a beer market, you still make money. But to make money and to understand how to make it, you need to learn, because a lot of people making money, but a lot of people losing money as well during like those like past years.
I know.
And me, I was kind of like, I would say lucky, because I get into like project earlier than other people. So, and I get out earlier than other people, because like people, they think that it's gonna moon until like, I don't know, 40,000 or 100,000. But you
Okay.
know, you have to learn not to be greedy. So one of the things that I learned from my mistake, I was greedy before,
That's cool.
and I lost some money as well. But you know, from the experience, from what you're learning, from like different people, or you from online also, I learned a lot online for like trading and everything, mostly like
Yeah.
online and talking to people. So you manage your risk, and from that I accumulate like fund that allow me to travel, and even like buying an apartment in Hanoi. So yeah, but
So
now, yeah, it's still like, you know, because people, they say beer market is difficult to make money,
mhm.
but if you are learning and you educate yourself and you manage your risk, you still can make money on the beer market. So it's not an excuse. Beer market, of course, beer market is better, because anything you buy is going up. So
Yeah.
you just like wait and then cash out. But like beer market, you still can make money, but you have to be smarter. Yeah.
Okay. So give us some short tips. Yeah.
Yeah. The tips is keep learning, because the crypto space is very dynamic.
Yeah.
So like everything that you learned 2 years ago can be obsolete now. And so it's why you need to keep yourself updated with the space. You need to, if you are a trader, you need to also like manage your risk, not investing in that what you cannot afford to lose. That is
Yeah.
very important. And not like also like, you know, getting in debt, because getting in debt is the worst thing. Is like having this pressure that, you know, having a debt you have to pay, and then you're putting more risk and losing even like more money. That this is like one of the things that I recommend, that manage the risk. And learning, if you want to get into blockchain, talk with people in the space, go to events, even like online events, offline events.
I like.
Yeah, learning with like few other people that have like experience, or like more experience than me as well. Me, I always learn when I go to the events. Ask questions. They are not stupid questions. Questions
Yeah.
like, the every questions are good questions, even like basic one. What is Bitcoin, for example? Like, you know, maybe like people gonna laugh at you when you go to the events. Oh, what is Bitcoin? I don't understand. But it's very good question as well, because a lot of
Yeah.
people, they don't know what is Bitcoin and they want to get involved with. So no stupid questions. And then the first thing is be open-minded, because in the blockchain space, you're gonna work a lot with different people, different culture, different opinions, different visions. So you have to
Yeah.
be very open-minded. If something that you don't understand, or maybe like different culture, just like
Yeah.
ask them and try to adapt to the discussions. Because I know that Vietnamese, they have like very different culture than me. I was born in Vietnam, but I grew up in France. So, you know, my culture with Vietnamese is quite different. And also not scared to fail, because a lot of people already failed in blockchain and then they give up. And actually, it's a good way to learn from your mistake. And like a lot of projects also, they fail, but it's not mean that they are very bad people. They just try to solve
Yeah.
a problem, and the problem that are very difficult to solve them. So they need to try like multiple of times to solve one particular problem. So never scared to fail. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Very helpful. So, in sum, entrepreneurship as a career opportunity is become more and more popular across age, gender, and ethnic origin. Being an entrepreneur is not limited to certain personality types of stereotypes. There is possible an entrepreneurial spirit in all of us. And the global economy grows and changes, there are more and more opportunity to individuals to become entrepreneurs and adopt careers that fit their lifestyle. So entrepreneurship is a vital part to any national economy. So I think I'm going to wrap up this video. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you, Remy, for coming on. And don't forget to follow ViewFin.ED. Thank you.
Remy.
See you
Thank you.
later.
Bye bye. Thank you everyone.
Yes.
Bye.
Vâng, thưa các bạn, tóm lại thì khởi nghiệp đang ngày càng trở nên phổ biến hơn ở mọi lứa tuổi, giới tính và nguồn gốc dân tộc, không bị giới hạn trong một kiểu tính cách hoặc là khuôn mẫu nhất định. Có thể nói là luôn có một tinh thần kinh doanh trong tất cả chúng ta, và khi nền kinh tế toàn cầu đang phát triển và thay đổi, ngày càng có nhiều cơ hội hơn để các cá nhân trở thành doanh nhân và lựa chọn nghề nghiệp phù hợp với lối sống của mình. Tinh thần kinh doanh là một phần quan trọng của bất kỳ nền kinh tế quốc gia nào. Và cuộc trò chuyện cùng với Remy xin được kết thúc ở đây. Cảm ơn các bạn đã lắng nghe và đừng quên like, share và subscribe cho ViewFin.ED để theo dõi nhiều thông tin bổ ích hơn nữa. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.